Hi guys, today we're going to be seeing what if Yugoslavia reunited to form an empire. Let's get started. So first off, this is very unlikely, and all the countries in the world are shocked how Yugoslavia just reunite. But whatever the case, Yugoslavia wants to expand. So it starts eyeing up at its neighbors. Italy is too strong, and plus the mountains here, and it chooses not to invade these countries because it's going to be hard to keep control of, and they're just don't want to. And Romania too powerful, and they just look at Albania here and they think, let's start off with a nice weak country. So they declare war on Albania, and they start putting their troops. An invasion starts into Albania, and Albania is trying to defend itself. Troops are getting closer and closer to the capital. Meanwhile, they slither up this part of Albania and take the entire eastern part of the country, and then the capital is taken, and the rest of Albania starts to fall, and Albania surrenders. Let's look at the peace treaty. Yep, you guys guessed it. Full annexation. Albania has been fully annexed by Yugoslavia, and now Yugoslavia has a nice long coast around on the Adriatic Sea, and its borders look a little weird. Not gonna lie, they just look strange. Anyway, Yugoslavia starts eyeing up its neighbors again, and it looks at Bulgaria and sees it is the best option to invade. They start mobilizing and they start increasing their military strength as much as they can. And after a couple of months of after they invaded Albania, they declare war on Bulgaria. Now, Bulgaria was prepared for this and starts to push into Yugoslavia from the north and starts a little pockets of rebellion as well because, this country is not very stable. But Yugoslavia is buffed and they push in from the south and they threaten Bulgaria's capital. So all troops are ordered to leave Yugoslavia, and Yugoslavia starts to make a big push into Bulgaria. Its capital is within reach, but it's able to defend it, so Yugoslavia keeps invading around the capital, Sofia, I think it's called. And Bulgaria makes a counteroffensive. They push the Yugoslav forces out of the border in the north and meet them at the border here. And they push a little bit back in the south, but other than that, they can't do much. Eventually, the capital is taken, and Bulgaria's border is no longer a border; it's just all troops. And now the main push into Bulgaria starts, and Bulgaria does one more counteroffensive before it decides it will surrender. It pushes into the middle here, trying to stop Yugoslavia, but it doesn't work. So then Yugoslav forces push them back, and Bulgaria decides to surrender. Let's look at this peace treaty. Yep, you guys guessed it. Full annexation. Bulgaria is fully annexed, so they can get a coast on the Black Sea, I think this is called. And yeah, Yugoslavia has shredded its enemies, and now it's time for them to take over one big military power. Looking at you, Greece. So they decide to declare war on Greece over here, and let's see how this plays out. At first, the Yugoslav forces are not able to push even a little bit in, and Greece decides to invade the rebellious parts of Yugoslavia, including Albania, which goes pretty successfully. And they start a broad push into Yugoslavia to defend themselves. And they also try and take over a lot of the Bulgarian parts because it's also quite rebellious. And it's just not looking good for Yugoslavia at this very moment. But Yugoslav forces are able to find a crack in the lines, and they push into Greece, and they encircle a number of troops here, and they are forced to surrender. They take back the coast of former Albania and start pushing out the Greeks from here. But on the rest of the border, little progress is made to push the Greeks out. And the force in Greece starts to keep pushing in to try and capture Athens, the capital of Greece, and then eventually the former Albania is taken fully back by Yugoslavia, and all Greek forces are out of their borders. They start invading this panhandle here. They start pushing in to make a plan to cut off forces here, and which goes successfully. And Greece makes a counteroffensive to stop forces from going into Athens here, and they take back some of their coast. But Yugoslavia does this, and then these guys surrender, and it's just as like Greece did nothing. So the northern part of Greece has been taken by Yugoslavia, and Athens is getting closer and closer. They make a big counteroffensive. The Greeks try and protect their capital, but it only pushes the Yugoslav forces up to there. And the Yugoslav forces have an idea. They decide to just invade these little islands here. Wait, not that island. They decide to make a naval landing here, and Athens is taken. Just like that, Greek forces here are encircled, and Greece here surrenders. This part of Greece is still has not surrendered, but so multiple naval landings are made, and not wanting more casualties, this part of Greece also decides to surrender. Sorry, Crete, forgot to include you, but you surrender as well. And this little island surrenders as well. Yeah. Let's look at the peace treaty here. And here is the peace treaty. Even after Greece fought courageously, it has still been fully annexed by Yugoslavia. Yep, you guys guessed it. Full annexation. And it kind of looks like a Balkan Empire has formed. And yeah, Yugoslavia is now quite powerful. And yeah, nothing can really challenge it in the Balkans at least. And it's actually bigger than probably Germany by now and Romania. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash like that like button, like Yugoslavia. Smash these countries. No offense to anyone. And hope you have a good morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time you are. And yeah, bye.